Hello, everyone. This is Livia Caudell with Conscious Wealth Builders Online Summit, and today I have Layne Thompson. How are you, Taylor?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing awesome. It's so great to meet you virtually.
Yeah.
I've been getting your emails. In fact, I didn't even know how I got on your list, and I saw this email from Taylor Layne and Kind Brands, and it was so fortuitous because as I'm doing this online summit that's specifically, in a vibrational match with what you're up to, I get your email, and I invited you to be on the summit. So thank you for being here.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's so great. So share with the viewers a little bit about, your life's journey and so you're the founder of Kind's, is it Kind Brand? That's how you say it?
Yeah, the Kind brand. So it's kind of a collective. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, so tell us your journey about your life story and how you got into that.
Yeah. So, um, I am kind of a multi-passionate entrepreneur and actually co-founder of the Kind Brands with my mom and my grandma, which has been so much fun.
Oh my God, that's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, I love it.
Cool.
So basically, I guess kind of my journey started a little bit in high school. I just graduated college a couple years ago, and I was a pretty typical high school girl, just like trying to get along with everybody, loved being with my friends, didn't spend much time with my family, because it's not cool, and tried to stay out of drama, but kind of was somehow always in the middle of it. And met my longtime boyfriend in high school, and he's kind of a big part of my story. So that was the best thing that has ever happened to me. We kind of started spending more time together. Our parents were good friends. Um, so we started spending more time with our family and less time with our friends, people we thought were our friends, but really weren't, and started doing more, spending more quality time together and with our family, and started weeding out a lot of people in our lives that just, didn't truly love us or support us in our journeys. And, didn't do the partying hard or bad grades, that kind of stuff. We kind of really tried to get narrow focused on what we wanted. So we kind of started early. Um, each of us kind of separately on our path towards kind of what we were one and our higher purpose. Um, so in college, I kind of declared a major as architecture, and I really wanted to build buildings, all of that, and realized that it just wasn't enough. That I just had this inkling that there was really something more. And my purpose just really wasn't to build skyscrapers, a big piece of metal in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
So I kind of did some soul searching, and it was really rough couple of semesters trying to figure out really what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so I kind of stumbled on creating my own major because I feel like I didn't really fit into some of the boxes that a lot of the traditional majors were. So
Yeah.
I created my own major and did sustainability in the built environment. Wanted to be a sustainability consultant,
Oh my gosh, that's
kind
great.
of for people in their lives, and even like for construction, doing buildings that way, that kind of stuff. Just making things more environmentally friendly.
Yeah.
And loved my classes. Got into a bunch of organizations. Just worked my butt off. Didn't do a lot of the partying with friends. I rarely went out. I stayed in and worked. Was kind of a hermit,
Good for
which is
you.
really, yeah. It was, now I'm so happy that I did that because I'm so much further along in my journey and my purpose. But at the time, it was really difficult,
Yeah, I
not
get
being able
it.
to, yeah,
Some
you
people
know,
spend their whole life, really searching, and I feel, and I would like to hear from you that it's an ever evolving process.
yes,
Even
it
where you're
is.
at right now, do you still feel like you're still on this journey of what is my true purpose?
Oh, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And I love telling my clients and friends and family, I just, for years, I struggled with trying to get to the destination. I'm like, okay, I want to get to my purpose and be there, and stay there for the rest of my life. And that's just how it's going to work.
I love that.
um,
I think a lot
but
of people can relate to that, including moi. Yeah.
yes, yeah. And so really over the last year or two, I've had to really accept that life doesn't work that way, and things are ever evolving and changing, and I just need to let go of my limiting belief that it's a destination and just understand that it is a journey, and
Beautiful.
just be okay when it changes. So
That's so
yeah.
awesome. That's so great. So tell
Yeah.
us about the brand
Yeah.
or
So
brands.
yeah. It started when I was in college. I was working a job that really didn't feed my soul.
Mm.
And it was just very, difficult to go to work and feel like I was really making a difference in the world or doing something that I really loved. So my grandma, mom, and I have kind of always our whole life, said we want to open up a online store together. We want to open up a boutique. And my grandma and mom have like the best style ever. I just wish that my closet was like theirs. And we were always kind of like, we'll do that someday. And I just had an awful day at work one day and was like, this is, I know that I'm meant for more than this and meant to do something big in this world. So I texted my mom. I was like, Mom, if we don't do it now, we're never going to do it. So we started planning and we created Day 22 Boutique, which we kind of have a little bit renamed to just a Kind Boutique to go with the Kind brand. So that's really where it started. And it's an
Beautiful.
online ethical fashion boutique. So that's kind of how we wanted to help make a difference. Um,
Amazing.
yeah. And it's kind of just all stemmed from there. We loved building a business together, the three of us, and loved doing, the marketing. And we love, helping promote products that are sweatshop free. They're all fair trade or made in the United States.
Amazing.
All of that, loved it. And then we started A Kind Journey, which is a blog, just a lifestyle blog. Then A Kind Trade, which is a digital marketing agency. We just kind of pick up some projects to help others, start their business, and help market it and get it visible to other people, help them with websites, social media, that kind of stuff.
Beautiful.
Um, and then A Kind Coach, which is kind of my main gig, kind of stemmed from there. Just basically, I just have loved the last couple years, just kind of on the side, helping people live their dream life and,
Yeah.
find happiness. I'm like, you know what? I need to go all in and do this. And it's been so great.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So is that
Yeah.
what, so that's what you do pretty much full time now, is you're coaching people and their businesses and helping
Yes.
them create really a conscious business.
Yes. Yep. Conscious business and conscious life.
That's
So,
awesome.
and yeah, I do want to note with the Kind brands, so kind is basically our synonym for like conscious or authentic or sustainable,
Yes.
mindful, intentional, that kind of stuff. So that's just
Yeah.
what we've called it and branded it. So
That's
yeah.
beautiful. No, I love that. Well,
Yeah.
can you share with the viewers, because a lot of people are maybe they're, connected to their higher purpose, maybe not, maybe they're still grappling like you were when you were in college, right? They're not
Yeah.
really settled on what business I should create. So can you give when you're coaching people, do you get clients that are like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this? I don't know which one to choose from. And do you help them choose?
Yeah, absolutely. So probably a bulk of my clients are just more, um, they just need the courage. They really know in their hearts what they want to be doing and what their purpose is, but they really just kind of need the courage and the confidence and the accountability to just make it happen. And so that's really the bulk. I haven't ran into a ton of people that are multi-passionate like me, that have a lot of different things. So, and that's actually a lot more difficult. It's definitely doable because I'm doing it. And I love helping people, who have
Can
a
you
lot of
help
different
me?
passions. Yeah,
I've got like 50.
I know. I know. Every day I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be an awesome business,
Yeah.
but I'm just obsessed with it. But
Yeah.
yeah, so helping clients do that, and it's just it's so great. But yeah, we'll get kind of laser focused, and kind of work through it. And I just, like I said earlier, I just really want to tell people that it's fluid and it's flexible, and we've got to go with um, what kind of what you're feeling. Always reflect on where you are and where you want to be, and just know that you can change it. So
That is so amazing. So when you take someone like a client through your program, like what's step one?
yeah, so step one is kind of more personal and professional, works with their business and in their personal life. So it's really to let go and kind of, let go of all of your limiting beliefs, let go of the person that others want you to be, just rid yourself of everything and everyone that just does not serve you, because it's really difficult to keep those limiting beliefs in your mind, all of this internal
Mm,
dialogue that we have that can be
wow.
really negative. um, so it's really kind of just letting go of all of it that just doesn't serve you. That's step one. And then we're much more refreshed, and we've got room, in our minds and our bodies and our schedules to just really focus on what we want. So,
I really love what you just said and letting go of things that do not serve you. And
yes.
so what came up for me are business partnerships. So
Wow.
partnerships,
Yeah.
because I've been in the business world since I was 18, and and the business world is very masculine, right? It's a very
Yes. Yep.
masculine energy, and so you've got to be able
Yeah.
to have the skills for negotiation and those kinds of things, and be able to understand and know when to let go of certain partnerships that sometimes we get attached to.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm dealing with personally. And so that's one thing about being a conscious business owner is, do I do the right thing, or do I step over people for a profit? And so one
Yeah.
part of Conscious Wealth Builders and what this summit really is about, it's about not stepping over people to make a profit. It's about
Yes.
taking
Yeah.
care of the planet, and you can make money, you know?
Yes.
So if you're in a situation where you're faced with, okay, I'm going to have to step over people to make this profit, what I do is I really go within and I start affirming that the universe is abundant, and the
Mm-hmm.
universe doesn't want me to have to step over people to make a profit. The
Yes.
universe actually wants me to be kind and take care of
Yes.
people, and I can get rewarded and compensated for that. So
Absolutely.
it's a mind shift, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, I have you been in that situation before where you're kind of faced with, okay, I've got to make a decision here around people and profits?
I have, in my personal life more than my professional life.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely, my business partners are my mom and grandma.
That's so
And
great. I love
yeah,
that.
um, and mine, I guess my struggle has been more with just being a business owner at my age and trying to balance a lot of what my friends are doing at my age.
Yeah.
And, they're out, going out, having fun, like being awesome, 20-year-olds. And I do a lot of staying in and working on my business and,
That's
focusing on my
amazing.
purpose and profit that way. So that's really been a struggle because I've definitely lost a lot of relationships along the way. But
Mm.
I've gained a lot of new ones, and I've gained a lot of people that are doing something, similar to me, and kind of creating a community around that has helped a lot.
Mm.
So,
No, I can relate to that. I've been doing in the business world since I was
yeah.
18.
Yes.
So at 18 years old, I had a real estate business, and yeah, it was friends that I had in high school. They were non-existent. But what I've
Yep.
discovered is that someone who is up to big things, such as yourself, you
Hmm.
find joy and comfort and having relationships with the people that you're doing business with,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
because they're like-minded.
Yes.
And yeah, and it's great. Like my sister and I were looking at opening up a wellness resort together somewhere in
Oh,
the
wow.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so doing business with family, I mean, if you can get along with your family and really love each other through the hard times, it can be really
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's brought us so much closer together.
That's
Yeah.
so great. I love that. And
Yeah.
the love, and taking care of one another and really creating, your legacy, really living out all of your purposes
Yeah.
and supporting each other in that. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. So, share with us more just about you and anything that you would like to speak to inside of the viewers, that are listening. And I know I dealt with a lot of frustration, and I just acknowledge you for just where you're at. I mean,
Thank
definitely you're
you.
doing the work, and um, I know that there's a lot of letting go to do to really step into your purpose and get in action.
Yes. Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you would like to speak to people about inside of that? Like, I know you said you coach people in letting go and holding them accountable and those kinds of things, but any words of wisdom from you?
Yeah. I think that, you just, the sky is the limit, really, for everybody. And, what you want your ideal or dream life to be, I think you just kind of need to sit down. And I just tell people to just do a huge brain dump onto a piece of paper
Yeah.
and just really, think about your ideal day, because how we spend each day is how we spend our life.
Mm,
And I just don't, it just makes me sad when, people just live for the weekend or they just live for the one vacation they get to take every year and they want more. So I think really taking the time to design your ideal life and really think about what your dream life is helps a lot. That's really, one of the biggest steps is
yeah.
just figuring out what that is. And then the next step is just putting it into action, putting
Yeah.
goals with that, putting a timeline on it, and just rocking and rolling, just get it going.
That's so
And,
great.
you can do it. It may take some people, you know, 1 month to get to their dream life. They could be so close. It may take someone a couple of years, and
Yeah.
that's totally okay. It's taken me a couple of years trying to figure it out. And I think once you're there, it's so powerful, and
Mm.
it helps you, when you're living your dream life and you're in your happiness, it's so much easier to fulfill your purpose on this planet and to help others. And so I think that's really huge.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Design your dream life and just do it.
That's so awesome. It does. It is
Yeah.
it is really that simple and yet so challenging. It
Yes.
really is. And what I want to acknowledge you for is your courage, and also, being young and having to go through all of those self-limiting belief systems, especially about being a young
Mhm.
person in business. I know I had to give up a
Yeah.
lot of self-limiting belief systems, like they're not going to want to do business with me. I'm 18, but
Yes.
I just kept stepping into it, kept stepping into it. Um, and for the longest time, I would say that I've wanted to have a conscious business since, a young
Yeah.
age, but I didn't take action because I had this conversation called I need to make a bunch of money first
Yes.
in order to really create this dream business of mine, right? So
Right.
it's taken me up until, just the last year to
Yep.
really give up my ambition of making money in areas where I knew how to make money, like in real estate and those kinds of things. And not like you
Yeah.
couldn't create a green real estate business, and that actually lights me up.
Mhm.
But what I love is similar to you. I love seeing people fulfill their purpose, just totally aligned with purpose, happiness, bliss, and then go out and create a business around that. I'm
Yes.
so aligned with you on that. And it does
Yeah.
definitely does take courage. I've had people that are 40, 50 years old reach out to me from this summit and say, Livia, thank you so much for creating this. I still feel like I'm not in alignment with my purpose.
Yeah.
So I just acknowledge you for being the age that you are and doing this, girlfriend. That's so
Thank
awesome.
you.
Seriously.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So tell us more. Just keep sharing. What else do you have to tell
Yeah.
us? You're just like this flowing, abundant, knowledgeable wisdom woman.
Yeah. Um, so one of the things that I have struggled with personally and have finally broken through is the mindset of money, and we've kind of touched on this just a
Yes.
little bit, but that's what I feel like a lot of people come to me and they're like, I just want to give it away for free. And that's what I did for a year or two is I just gave away a lot of my services and my advice and everything for free, or for very little money. And it was it made me happy, but at the same time I had to stay in a 8 to 5 job that didn't fill me up. And so I felt like I couldn't give what my clients deserved. I couldn't feel like I could give my full attention to my clients and what they deserved from me, as, a coach or, a digital marketer for them. So I really had to get clear on charging what I'm worth,
Yeah.
and didn't start doing that until this year. And it's been amazing,
Yeah.
being able to make money doing what you love is awesome, but also people want to pay you what you're worth. What I
Yeah.
found is when I started out charging a little bit more and a little bit more, a little bit more, I'd still run into people that were like, girlfriend, that is so cheap. Like, I need to talk to you about your prices because you're not charging enough. And I
Yeah.
was kind of like, oh, okay, well, I love doing it. And so I don't need to make a ton of money from it. But it kind of came to a point where it's like, but I need to make enough money to sustain myself full time doing this. And so, in order to do that, I needed to charge more and really charge what I'm worth.
Yeah.
Once I started doing that and telling people my prices, they didn't even blink an eye. They're like, okay, I see the value in this and what this is going to give me, and you're definitely worth that price.
Yeah.
And okay, let's talk about a payment plan, or I'm ready to pay you right now. And I was so shocked, that, people wanted to pay me,
Yeah.
uh, and it's been great. So I think a lot of people,
That's so awesome.
just charge what you're worth, because
Mm,
a lot of people have issues with spirituality and money, and they're like, well, it's not spiritual to make a ton of money. Well, it's not true. Money
yeah.
allows you to give your gift to the world
Mm,
and allows you to do more. And
that's beautiful.
so
Yeah.
um, I want to tell all the viewers that, charge what you're worth and just be okay with it, because people want to pay you that. And
Yeah.
that's what's going to allow you to help more people, give them your full attention, just really dive deep into your purpose. So,
That's so wonderful. Thank you so much
yeah.
for sharing all this because, that's the whole point of conscious wealth builders. And it's not necessarily about wealth being just money, it's about a state of consciousness, because you have
Yeah.
relationship wealth, you
Yes.
have spiritual wealth, which I want to acknowledge you. You are like this beaming light of joy,
Oh, good. Thank you.
love, kindness. You really are the embodiment of your brand.
Thank you.
Seriously, that takes some mastery.
Yeah.
There's a lot of discouraging thoughts that go in our brain, constantly that are just coming up in our mind, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I get you're human and you experience that too, but your beingness really shows that you are in your purpose.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's what being purpose, living on purpose looks like, people. So take
Yes.
notes. And sometimes it's as simple as just being courageous, being loving, like you were talking about, being
Yeah.
worthy. I'm worthy, being worthy. I'm worthy of being paid for my goodness that I'm creating in the world. And that's what Conscious
Yes.
Wealth Builders is about. It's about really breaking through those limiting conversations that we have, because I've had those, and that's what
Hmm.
really got me in action this year was like, no more. I'm not going to allow myself to not live my purpose because I think that my healing practice or my goodness I want to create in the world should be for free,
Right. Yes.
and that we can have both. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing that because it's so true.
Yeah.
That's great. Awesome. So what are your plans? I know you're on vacation right now. So what are
Yes.
your plans today?
I'm gonna hang out at the beach. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Wonderful.
And part of, my purpose and the businesses I've created, when I was designing my ideal life is I want to be able to work from wherever, even if that's just in my kitchen. But just having the flexibility to,
Yeah.
be where I want to be when I want to be there. And I love traveling and
Yeah.
so gonna try and get some work done on my phone, but hang out and keep that balance.
Good. That's
So
so
yeah, I'm
good.
excited.
Good. That's so awesome. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for being here today and sharing your wisdom with us. I know you have a free gift that you're going to be giving away to the viewers. Can you just share with us what that is?
Yeah, absolutely. So I created a ebook just for this summit. It's 10 no-fail steps to live your best life ever. So it's just 10
Cool.
easy steps to kind of help guide you along that process. And hopefully
Awesome.
at the end, you're ready to take action and get it going. Um, so yeah,
Yay!
yeah,
Awesome. Thank you
it's got a
so.
lot of goodies in there. So,
Oh, I bet. I really bet. And what I'm present to right now is like what you said, simplicity.
mhm.
This is not a hard journey. I know I make it more difficult than it has to be.
We
And
all
just,
do.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and even just being here with you today and feeling your energy, it's like, oh, wow, I can just kind of sink into have fun because you're having
Yes.
fun. You're
Yes.
joyful, right? It's like,
Yeah.
wow, okay, yeah, that's who I need to become. And
Yes.
so thank you for being that reflection for me today to really just step into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Well, enjoy your vacation. And viewers, thanks for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Conscious Wealth Builders Online Summit. We've got more experts on the way to you.